Hey, beloved, how are you doing? It is your friend and brother, the spiritual architect, Willie Wade. Thank you for joining us again on today for the 12-minute message. It is Wednesday, January 6, 2021, as we kick off this first full business week, and our theme is getting off to a great start. On Monday, we talked about live wisely. On yesterday, Tuesday, we talked about, you can't win the race by standing on the sideline. Today's thought is keep your promises to yourself. Keep your promises to yourself. As you know, again, I was with my Uncle Levi, and we had just finished and got off of our winter break, going for 11th grade, getting ready to go back to finish the spring semester. And the winter semester, I didn't do that great. I kind of barely passed and stuff like that and everything. And of course, Uncle Levi always knowing everything because man reported it to him. He had talked to me about doing good in school and stuff like that and this and that and everything. And so as we were driving home, he was taking me home. I looked at him and I said, Uncle Levi, I promise to do better. I promise that I am going to do better. Well, we got home and then Uncle Levi looked at me and he said, Willie Jr.? I said, yeah. He said, keep those promises to yourself. I was kind of hurt. I made my Uncle Levi a promise. What do you mean keep my promise to myself? You don't believe me? He said, no, Willie Jr., that's not what I'm saying. He said, the promise you made that you said you're going to keep it to me, don't keep that promise to me. Keep your promise to yourself. A lot of us make promises to other people and we work hard. We kill ourselves keeping those promises. But the promises we make to ourselves, the promise to go back to school, the promise to start a business, the promise to be on time for work, the promise to lose weight, this promise and that promise, the promise not to overspend, the promise to do better budgeting, the promise to treat ourselves better. Nobody has broken more promises to you than you. You probably break 9 out of every 10 promises you make yourself, especially if you were like me. Until I thought about this one day about 10 or 15 years ago, that I made myself some promises, not resolution, but I made myself some promises one week. And when I got and I wrote them down, and when I got to the end of the week, I realized I had not kept any one of those promises except for one, which was to make sure I ate a salad at least twice that week. None of the other promises I made to myself. And I kept thinking, why didn't I keep these promises to myself? Well, because I was keeping promises that I made to other people. I got busy doing other things. And I realized, well, it ain't going to kill me if I don't keep the promise that I made to me. But what I realized is it didn't kill me, but it didn't strengthen me. It didn't give me a better week, because had I kept those promises that I made to myself that week, my week would have been far more productive, and I would have been far more productive in the lives of others that week and the following days and weeks ahead. And so Uncle Levi told me, keep your promise to yourself. You see, you got to promise yourself some stuff. You got to decide it, declare it, and then do it. That's what a promise is. You decide what's going to be done, you declare what's going to be done, and then you do what has to be done. I don't care if it's exercising. I don't care if it's joining a gym. I don't care if it's losing weight. I don't care if it's to save $1 a week. I don't care if whatever it is, the promises you make to yourself, keep those. Because see, we're more upset about the promises other people make to us that they don't keep than we are about the promises that we make to ourselves. Promise to be good to yourself. Promise to love yourself. Promise to lose some weight. Promise to gain some weight. Promise to have a better diet. Promise to be more productive at work. Promise to be more loving and kind. Promise to spend more time with your family. But whatever the promise is that you make, keep the promise first and foremost to yourself. Because see, you're the most important person you can make a promise to. And if you can't keep the promises that you made to yourself, who's going to keep them for you? If you can't keep the promises you made to yourself, and you're busy breaking your back and killing yourself trying to keep the promises that you made to other people, you're not going to be a very good promise keeper. And so keep your promises to yourself. Well, needless to say, when the semester started back a few days later, went to school, went to guidance counselor, looked at what the maximum load was I could carry, and I had been carrying 5 credits. Most of the time, I took 6 credits. Took those 6 credits. By the time I got to the first semester of my senior year, took another 6 credits. And when I got to the last half of my senior year in high school, I only had to take 2.5 credits. I kept the promise that I made to myself. I kept the promise to myself. And I've always been like that. I went to Claflin College. I left after 2 years, made a promise to myself that I would go back. Went to the College of New Rochelle and finished up 2 years of school in 1.5 years. Went to Drew University, signed up for a 4-year program, did it in 3 years. Because I promised myself, it'll never take me longer to do something than how long I have to do it. So keep the promises that you make to yourself. Work each and every day. First on the promises you made to you. Then work on the promises that you made to others. And don't worry about the promises that others made to you. Because the most important promises, again, are the promises that you make to yourself. Promise to read that book, read it. Promise to be a better leader, work on being a better leader. Promise to be a better friend, brother, sister, mother, father, then work on being better. Read a book. Promise to learn how to cook. Watch some chef shows. Promise to fix up the house. Watch some do-it-yourself shows. But whatever promises you make them first and foremost to yourself. And whatever promises you make sure you keep the ones you make to yourself first and foremost. And again, it's decide it, declare it, and do it. That's how you keep your promises. Decide what you're going to do, declare what you're going to do, and then get it done. Hey, have a great day. And remember, you are a promise keeper, and you got to be the keeper of your own promises. Have a great day.